And welcome. You can see one of the simplest problems of rolling with slipping or rolling without slipping. This is basically not the case of rolling with slipping. I think this is rolling without slipping. Let's read the statement of the problem and you will see by yourself. The masses of both the wedge and solid cylinder half mr square. Solid cylinders shown in the figure are m and radius of the cylinder is r. Its moment of inertia about its axis of revolution will be half mr square, if you can remember. The wedge can slide without friction on the ground. So there is a ground and this is a smooth. Good to hear. What is the minimum value of coefficient of static friction between the wedge and the cylinder if the cylinder rolls without slipping? Along the wedge. And the angle of elevation of the wedge is alpha equals 30 degree. So this is a straightforward problem. A straightforward problem. Sorry. So it needs a straightforward solution without much thinking. Suppose इसका acceleration कुछ है, मान लिया A capital A. A denote the horizontal acceleration of the wedge to the left. And let us consider A is small a, is the acceleration of the cylinder relative to the wedge के respect में. And its angular velocity by beta, because we already have an angle alpha. So its angular acceleration is beta. Cylinder का. And force of static friction is F. Static friction, because there is no slipping between the surfaces in contact. So it will be static friction acting between cylinder and the wedge. And we don't know its value because nothing is specifically mentioned about whether it is on the verge of slipping or not. So we don't know the value of F, the static friction. And this static friction acts on cylinder in this manner, and it also acts on the wedge in this manner. And of course there is normal force on the cylinder and normal force on the wedge. Normal force. Gravity acting on the cylinder is like mg, and it's going to be useful. mg, the gravity acting on the cylinder is mg. And we don't need to show the force of gravity acting on the wedge because wedge is accelerating in horizontal direction. And after showing all those forces, that means after drawing the free body diagram, we can write the equations of motion next. And I can write the equation for rotational motion of the cylinder in the manner, so only one force that is producing torque about its center of mass, and that is F. So I'm going to write Fr equal to moment of inertia half mr square multiplied by beta. This is my equation number 1. And the second equation what should I do? I'm going to write the equation of motion of wedge. Wedge is simply translating. So wedge is simply translating. This angle is alpha. So this angle is alpha. So I'm going to write down the equation S. This angle is also alpha. You can see by yourself. I'm just watching the forces acting on the wedge, and I can write the equation here. N sine alpha in the direction of acceleration minus F cos alpha equal to, mass is the same, mass of acceleration, mass multiplied by acceleration of the wedge, and this is equation 2. And this is equation 2. Okay. And then what do I need to do? I'm going to try something else. I'm going to write down the equation of motion of the cylinder also in horizontal and vertical direction. So in vertical direction, in vertically downward direction, I can see mg is acting downward, and mg is acting downward, and friction force, component of friction force is acting on it upward. This angle is alpha. So this thing minus F sine alpha, and the normal force is also upward. Normal is like this, and this angle is alpha. So normal force is also upward, so I can write minus N sine alpha equal to mass into acceleration multiplied by sine alpha. This angle is alpha, so its acceleration, the component of acceleration in the direction of mg will be a sine alpha, and with respect to ground, of course, because a, of course, is the acceleration with respect to wedge, but wedge is not accelerating in vertical direction. Only cylinder is, an acceleration of the cylinder with respect to wedge and with respect to ground will be the same, and it will be ma sine alpha. This is equation number 3, and I am going to write down its equation in horizontal direction. Cylinder, gravity is not acting, only N and F is acting. So F is going to be in horizontal direction, yeah, and its acceleration is in this direction, in this direction, or horizontal, yeah. So there is the normal, and sine alpha will be the component of normal, and F cos alpha will be in a direction opposite to it. So I am going to write down N sine alpha minus F cos alpha equal to mass into acceleration. So its acceleration with respect to ground is going to be A cos alpha minus A. A cos alpha minus A. Yeah. Its acceleration with respect to ground will be A cos alpha minus A. You can say here. And this is equation number 4. I wrote all those equations. And you will be needing one more equation to write. As you have remembered from your regular practice, problem practice, that there should be a condition for clean rolling, non-slipping. That means condition for pure rolling, a steady rolling we बोलते हैं इसको, and that will be that should be A equals R beta, because A is the acceleration of center of mass of the rolling body, and beta is its angular acceleration, and A should be equal to R beta. And after putting all those things, you can get any value. You can get the value of A, you can get the value of a small a, you can get the value of friction, you can get the value of normal, and that's it. That's it. That's it. And that's it. Okay, fine. So, if anything else was required, no. Cylinder angle. Okay, okay, okay. What is the minimum value of coefficient of static friction? Minimum value of coefficient of static friction, as I already told you, this is when it comes on the verge of slipping, and then friction will be equal to mu1, so that mu will be equal to tan alpha, and get your results. Mu will be equal to tan alpha, and yeah. So to find this, you have to know at least mu, or leave it, not this one. Sorry, not this one. Not, this is not the condition. You have to find out the value of f, and sorry, you have to find out the value of f and value of n, and find the value of mu, and you can write here कि mu can be greater than equal to f by n, because f is less than equal to n, mu n, so mu should be greater than equal to f by n. It should be on fingertips, and you will get your result as well. Thank you very much for watching.